Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And we're continuing March Madness. Well, it's March. It's actually March Mozart Madness. That's what this is. Not the other March Madness that you may have been thinking of if you are an American sports aficionado. The rest of you for the rest of the world can look it up. Anyway, we're working on Mozart and more Mozart, and it's March, so what the hell. We begin with this rather nice clump of Mozart stuff. Otto Klemperer is our first Mozart guy, doing a couple of serenades, including the Grand Partita, which he does wonderfully well. Beautiful. I mean, not too slow, not heavy, full of wonderful, fruity, colorful woodwind timbres with the London Wind Quintet and Ensemble, and then in the Serenade number 11 in E-flat major, that's the Octet Serenade, one of them anyway, the New Philharmonia Wind Ensemble. These were always lovely performances, and this is the old Otto Klemperer edition on EMI Studio, the Studio DRM series. DRM meant nothing on CD, but here it is. The Klemperer edition. There you go. So there's that. And, Klemperer's Mozart was terrific, absolutely terrific. So that's really nifty. Oh, this was fun. Sony Vivarte with Larka Budelli doing Mozart's musical joke. Here it is. And also two divertimento fragments. The quintet for horn, violin, two violas, and cello at E-flat major, Kochel 407. Some 12 duos for two wind instruments, two excerpts from that, and three marches for two violins, viola, cello, and two horns. Some ephemeral Mozart, thank you. Yes, to be sure, it has ephems in it, but it's actually a delightful disc. This is really nice. I'm glad I kept it. I really am. Musical joke, of course, is charming and funny and lovely and all that. Then we've got a couple Serenades with Karl Böhm and the Vienna and Berlin Philharmonics. We have Eine kleine Nachtmusik, the Serenade Notturna, the Hofner and Posthorn Serenades, the big ones. So this is a very well-filled DG duo, which was since slammed into some Böhm box somewhere. I doubt this is still available, which is why I hung on to it. Isn't it interesting? It's very interesting seeing what was issued and in what way. Somebody actually wrote a kind of fetchy comment to these talks saying, well, why don't you tell people where to buy them, and why do you talk about recordings that aren't available anymore? And, well, first of all, the performances are usually available somewhere. I have no idea where. Unfortunately, I can't be responsible for sourcing things in today's insane record universe with streaming and physical product or whatever, and I have no idea. But what is really interesting to me, and I know to a lot of you as collectors, is to look at the history on disc of some of these, iconic performances, and to see how over the years they have been packaged and sold. I think that's fascinating personally, and I know that marketing students and centuries hence will be thrilled to have all of this information readily available in digibits to study and write their doctoral dissertations on. Oh yeah, I can hardly wait to read those. And then we have Don Giovanni. Don Giovanni, this is, my goodness, this is with the English Chamber Orchestra, Richard Bonning and Joan Sutherland, with Gabriel Bacquier as the Don, Joan Sutherland, Pilar Lorengar, Lorengar, actually, Werner Kren is Don Ottavio, Donald Graham is Leporella, Marilyn Horne is Zerlina, goodness gracious, Mazzetto is Leonardo Monreale, and Il Commendatore is Clifford Grant. This has never been a Don Giovanni that's gotten plenty of acclaim. They do things. Bonning always did interesting things like ornament, and do things to make the recordings he did with Joan Sutherland special. And so this has its specialities, I suppose. But there are so many great recordings of Don Giovanni. Really, really great recordings of Don Giovanni. And this is Joan's Donna Anna is a known quantity, shall we say. And so, yeah, I mean, I hung on to it. These big Joan Sutherland opera boxes are coming. Part 1 is coming soon from Decca. And then there will be at least 2 or 3 of them, I think 2 probably, of all of her opera recordings. So that will be repackaged, and it'll be stuck in there with a lot of probably more interesting material, just so you're aware of it. Speaking of more interesting material, this is fun. This is a live Don Giovanni with Dimitri Mitropoulos conducting, with Cesare Siepi, Gottlob Frick, Elizabeth Grumer, Leopold Simino, Lisa Della Casa, Fernando Corena, Walter Berry, and Rita Streich, with the Vienna Phil. This is from what Salzburg Festival? Does it tell us? Yes, issued by the Salzburg Festival. It'd be nice to say when, wouldn't it? Oh, here we go. 1956. In, mono, so-so sound and all that stuff. But Mitropoulos fans, of course, want this desperately. And it's an intense performance. Mitropoulos was demonic, even in relaxed music. So he does a good job here, whipping up the fury. Marriage of Figaro with Cellini. Yeah. Oh, famous Marriage of Figaro. Giuseppe Taddei as Figaro. Anna Moffo is the excellent voice. Susanna. Eberhard Fechter. Elizabeth Schwarzkopf as the Countess. Fiorenza Casotto. And lots of other famous people with the Philharmonia Orchestra and Chorus. Yummy. One of the great Figaros. Absolutely. Without a doubt. His Mozart was great, Giulini. It really was. And here is the Erich Kleiber Marriage of Figaro. How many Marriage of Figaros can you have? That is a rhetorical question. We've got, this is with, let's see, who's the Countess? Alfred Pohl. Lisa Della Casa is the Countess. Hilda Guden is Susanna. Figaro is Cesare Siepi. Cherubino is Suzanne Danko. And, Marcelina is Hilde Russell Maidan. And Bartolo is Fernando Corena, and Basilio is Murray Dickey. Murray Dickey, remember, he sang a very good Das Lied von der Erde with Paul Kletzky. And boy, this is famous. I mean, this is so famous, unbelievably famous. And another one of the great recordings from 1955. And a beautiful performance it is. It's a Decca legend. Yes, and legendary Decca legend. There's that one. And then, the Marriage of Figaro. Oh, but this is a little bit more controversial. Klemperer with his rock solid and so slow tempos, because it's late Klemperer. It's the new Philharmonia. So it was from 71, which is like, he was conducting from his deathbed practically. And you've got the Countess Gabrielle Bacquier. I mean, these people keep showing up, right? Elizabeth Soderstrom is the Countess. Susanna was Rary Grist. Figaro, Geraint Evans, Cherubino, Teresa Berganza, etc. One thing that Klemperer did get was really, really good singers. And although they sound like, they're going to die because they're running out of breath at certain points, they sing very, very beautifully. And if you like your Figaro in a more deliberate vein, this is only, 2 hours plus 15 plus 12 plus 40. Oh my God. 16 plus 12 is 28 plus 4, 68. So it's 3 hours and 8 minutes long. Like I said, oh my God. That wasn't a burp. That was a gasp. Let's see. Let me just do it as a comparison. Erich Kleiber here is 172 minutes, which is 2 hours and 2 hours and 52 minutes. 120 plus 52 is 72. Yeah. Okay. So, it's not that much of a difference, is it? 18 minutes or so? It's in the box. It's in the Klemperer opera box that recently was reissued and remastered. But I always keep these things separately. So there you have it, my friends. Our first batch in this clump of in this run of Mozart Random Reviews. Oh boy, nifty stuff, isn't it? And so much more to come. I'm staring at it right here. Oh my God. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.